41 weeks and 3 days pregnant on winter solstice. I am genuinely questioning if I am in real labor or if it's just more of the intense prodromal. The prodromal labor has been full force. I've been contracting for weeks, but I've definitely just made my peace with this whole transition, the timing, and letting baby come when baby is ready. We were absolutely blessed to wake up to a snowy winter solstice. We had a little bit of snow around Thanksgiving and hadn't had snow since, and the girls were so excited. It was definitely the extra little bit of magic that we needed. The girls seemed to be feeling pretty impatient to meet baby brother, and they kept saying one of their solstice wishes is that he would be born on solstice. And I gently reminded them, well, we cannot choose his birthday. I have been explaining to the girls a lot about the transition, the effect it has on my body, just being patient with me as I'm a little bit slower these last days as I'm having prodromal contractions, but also that I will need a little bit of time of healing once baby brother does come. We've been talking a lot about recovery and why we've been kind of meal prepping and why mom has bought extra snacks and just getting everything ready for that transition to be as smooth as possible. I am grateful that my girls are 4 and 7 right now because I think they have a really good understanding of everything and they really just feel like they want to be big helpers and be involved in everything. But we have still had some big emotions and needed to check in and just making sure the girls feel completely loved, especially as mom is a little more slow these days and not as mindful, I guess. It's just hard to be. It's hard for me to be as present as I normally am with all these contractions, but we've been working on it and I still feel like we do so much together, and I'm trying to give myself grace and just let the girls know how loved they are, even if I'm not as present these last few days as we wait for baby brother to arrive. It definitely does already come with a little bit of mom guilt, knowing that this pregnancy has already spread me a little more thin and just being able to be more present with the girls, but it's also taught me to slow down and be really patient with all of us, really. And I would have never asked for a Christmas baby or a baby around this time of the year, but it's kind of been a blessing because it's given the girls so much excitement and made having a new sibling almost be more of a festive event. And I feel really grateful that they'll be able to look back at this time and remember all the Christmas magic and the snow and the baking with mom and all the crafts and activities that we have done together. Around this time, my contractions started to get really, really intense. I honestly wasn't sure what to expect with this labor. The new baby has a different dad than the two girls, and for both of my girls, I really was in full-blown labor for about 3 days. And I think this baby is also doing the same because these contractions do not feel like early labor or Braxton or prodromal. They really feel like full-blown contractions that stop me in the middle of everything I'm doing. The girls have been asking so much to open a Christmas present, and so I finally let them open one. I had one in mind that I knew I kind of wanted to let them have so that they could make ornaments and special little things before Christmas. So I had this gift that was for both of them and let them open it, and it's a 5-pound thing of air dry clay, and they have been loving it so much. Honestly, the best gifts are the craft gifts. They use them so much, and I'm really hoping to get little handprints of everybody, including the baby, to keep as ornaments this year. Even though the contractions have been intense and I have been absolutely exhausted, I have definitely found myself still nesting. I am still deep cleaning everything, doing crafts with the girls, baking, and I was making a really nourishing bone broth, rice, and chicken soup. I I just really feel the need to nourish all our bodies right now and make our home as cozy as possible for this really big transition. I think this pregnancy is the most I have ever nested in any of my pregnancies. But to be fair, I have moved during every single one of my pregnancies, which inherently comes with a lot of nesting. And this is my first pregnancy where I am a single mom, so that is also new. And even though I didn't have all that much help before, my partner was working usually and was not very helpful when he was present, I am definitely a little bit nervous and not sure what fully to expect with doing it on my own this time around. So with that, I've tried to do everything I can to just prep as much as I can, whether that be food, cleaning, activities for the girls, and just make sure that the transition as smooth as possible. But birth and postpartum and all of these things really are just so unpredictable, and I've had such easy recoveries, I think, especially with my second birth. It was just such an easy recovery. I'm hoping for the same with this one. And if not, I have a midwife support and we'll make sure to get as much support as possible. And I actually have felt more supported in this pregnancy and postpartum, or I guess plans for postpartum, than I have in any previous pregnancy, which is weird because we just moved here. I'm a single mom, so you would think I would feel the opposite, but it has not been the case. I've actually felt really supported, and I'm grateful for this community that we've moved to, and we're getting a little bit of a meal train going. I've got all these preps, and everything has just really felt aligned, and I'm excited to see what happens with this baby's birth and postpartum.